Hey there, Darren with Confident Home Solutions. All right, so we got a tool here that we just bought, paid full price for it. Makita 18v. What do we got here? XPK02Z. I think I said it. It was upside down, so forgive me if it was wrong. So we're pretty excited about this because the tool feels like it's really heavy duty. And I actually drug our Bosch corded out to compare it to this. This is a 1594 120 volt planer there. And I actually brought, because this is one of the important things right here, this planer, 18 volt of course, does not come with any dust collector like what the Bosch does. It's just under 2 inches. That's a big port right there. I guess that does get that did go in. Such as this Bosch here, I think this is pretty much standard, roughly 1.5 inches, thereabouts. So for really hogging in, I think this is important. I don't think that's that important to us, having a dust collector on there. Now, you know, we have our Bosch 12 volt one-handed planer. We love that. But sometimes you need a tool that just will really dig into it. And that's one of the reasons why we've held off on the cordless, because we didn't think they were really there yet. And we're hoping that this tool can do it. So how about we check it out? The package says, where does it say? Red right around here somewhere. It says it will do 1/8 of an inch depth in one pass. That's what they're claiming. I forget where it says that. Yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea. Now, if you come around here to the dial selector, I guess it does have some clicks. It has this dense foam or whatever. Apparently that's what it's using for the depth. So that's kind of interesting. You know, with using that foam or whatever, it would keep all the shavings and dust out of there, as opposed to having it open with some springs. No, there could be springs in there, but my feeling is just that foam. Now, coming over to this side, I think this is kind of a big deal, to be able to run right up against something. And I wonder what the thickness is right there. Shoot, 1 inch?
Yeah, because I was just looking over at the Bosch, and the Bosch only had like 1/4 of an inch.
Yep.
The motor hangs out too.
So yeah, and this is pretty much standard, you know. Let me get that blade down a little bit. 3/8 of an inch, and then how much does it stick out? I guess it doesn't matter. And this right here is the same as that. Now, we come back here.
They made it all the same.
It's all the way down through there. So you have 1 inch of clearance. Yep. All the way down through there. That's pretty cool. You have 3 different V notches as far as putting a bevel on a corner.
Bosch has same. They're a lot larger though.
The Bosch is a lot larger. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
3 different sizes on the Bosch, rather.
Well, this
we
one
have
has 3 sizes.
small, medium, and then large.
It's just they're not as large.
Hey, you're right. You're right. You're exactly right. We got this one's really fine, and then, I mean, that's so fine you almost could barely keep it on. Oh, you can see the belt right there.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Okay, so we've covered that. It's definitely brushless, and tool. It's got an excellent tool holder. What I mean by that is, I judge a tool holder not only, you guys are going to think this is funny, but not only the fact that it's held on the tool, it's that I can fact find it when I go to look for it. We actually got a couple tools that I can't find the tool once it's already been put away. You just have to spin it. You're rocking it around. You're like, where is that thing? And you just, for the life of you, you can't find it. This one's right out there in the open. It's like, use me. It's telling you I'm on here. I can't say that for all the Makita tools. Makita, that's kind of a ding on a lot of them. The overmold, it's really good overmold. I mean, this Bosch, there's nothing on there. This has a really good
You know, that's
feeling.
interesting now that you bring that up, because I've actually been using the Bosch sometimes overhead, and it will physically spin in your hand. At a 45-degree angle, I'll be using it and it'll spin. It'll just spin.
No.
No, it's a square actually. It's got more of a square handle and it doesn't tend to spin, so that's an advantage.
Yep.
I had always wondered different times about adding electrical tape on this to add more traction or
Some hockey tape.
or something.
Yeah. Battery indicator right here in the center. I just gave it a little push right here. Now it does have the Bluetooth or whatever that is that Makita is doing. I think you can link or sync that to like a vacuum or what have you. We don't have any of that yet, so that'll be cool here. You can move this dust
Over to the other
diverter
side.
from one side to the other.
Indicators on the front. This one has bigger lines. This one's kind of, they both look the same, but
Oh, as far as
Slightly
where the
different.
notches are.
and what size they are.
Oh, you know what?
That way you don't have to flip it upside down to tell.
This is one thing that matters to me, because I've had a couple planers that the blades were not 100% on the edge.
That Bosch is actually,
The Bosch, the blades are actually outside of the edge, like an eighth of an inch on both sides. Look at that.
yeah, I just saw it when I looked at it. I'm
And
not sure if you
this,
can see it
this right here is 100%.
flush.
So, I guess for somewhat doing rabbits and what have you. Well, hold on, that's not true because okay. This one sticks out a good amount further past. This one's 100% square. You see that?
Yeah, but this is the side you'd be
That's
using.
one that matters.
Yeah.
This one here actually sticks past. Huh. Interesting. Yep. Okay. Let's get some wood set up.
All right. Okay.
All right. So, one other thing I did want to point out is the actual length.
I mean,
This does have another 5/8, 3/4. It's going to make it a little bit flatter. But not that big a deal. Big difference right there. Until I just did that right there, I forgot about that. This thing not having a brake.
If you're in a board, it'll stop it, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean, with me being flat here, I'm not so cautious about letting it fully slow down. But this one right here is empty, and that I did want to point that out. That goes both ways. Okay, so
Start ripping.
so that's 3 seconds. First time I've cut with this.
Oh wow!
I do like that it doesn't.
It
Throw
dumps
it everywhere.
It dumps it. Yeah, instead of like the Bosch has always been that way. It likes that
They all do.
15-foot spray.
You know, so like if you got somebody you're working beside, you're like, I want to mess with them. You're just like, I grab the Bosch, or actually, for that matter, any other. So that was kind of a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting this.
Like there's a lot of static going on right there.
What?
A lot of static.
Yeah. So get front on shot so that way people can they can see that it's only throwing it not even a foot. Oh, it's so smooth. This one here, it just feels like I have so much more control. All right, so let's look at it. So that's the Makita right there. It appears as though the RPM on the Bosch is quite a bit higher. Yeah, so it is. You see, it's got a lot smoother finish.
Which one?
The Bosch.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I don't think there's.
So you think it's leaving a smoother finish?
The Bosch?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that don't matter to me. Not for what we use it for.
Right. Let's see it again.
Hold on here. I'm going full depth. I mean, if I slowed down a little bit.
I mean, there's a little bit, but it's.
That was an 1/8 of an inch right there.
These are being used on decks for the most part. See, you can actually put your hand over that one. The Bosch, you would not want to put your hand over it because it throws it so.
I just saw that. I'm going to do it again. I mean, you may not want to do that, but you could probably put a piece of tape or that's double-sided that kind of deflects it down. I don't know. Look at this. So much fun. Huh.
That's no longer a 2x6.
No. No. And actually, let's do that.
Whoa.
That's 3 passes.
So, like, if you forgot your saw that day. You're good to go.
Yeah. Okay, so that's impressive. So if I give this just a choice, I don't think it needs a dust collector from what I'm seeing right there. It doesn't throw it like this Bosch. I mean,
it's bigger chunks too.
If I would have ran this right here prior to set, that's why I set that up.
Yeah.
Because I did not feel like throwing all these shavings all over this.
Mm-hmm.
If I was only running this Makita, it would keep everything right here.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever been able to shape a board like that with a planer and get that accurate. I don't know if you noticed when I came up to it, my last pass, I was consistently, I had like 1/8 of an inch gap all the way across there.
Yeah.
And
I saw.
It took it down really close. Boom, boom, boom. I'm sorry, Bosch. I don't need to talk bad, do you? Yeah, so that last pass was at 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so I did want to test that last thing right here, this guy right here, because that definitely is
Yeah.
something we'd use. So let's set something up. All right, so we just mocked this up. We screwed this piece of 1/2 inch plywood onto this right here. Essentially, we got a large rabbit. I don't know what scenario, but you know, if you had some step or something that you need to, I don't know.
There's been a couple times, you know, where we've ripped off sheathing on a roof and the rafters angled, and you're coming up, like say this is the top of the rafter.
Yeah, yep.
And you have to plane it down. Say we've removed this piece of plywood and there's
This thing
like
could,
a lump
this
or
could
something.
be sticking up.
Oh, we've had knots sticking up before.
Yep.
This would be a perfect scenario for something like that.
Come on over here. This actually goes in just like that. So I only got a 16th right here, taken off. So we'll make a 64th. 64th. We'll see what this is like.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Let me go a little deeper. Oh, I walked off right there. That was me. Let me fix it. I don't know how I could fix it. Let me see. What happened right there? I pulled the trigger right there. So I've already went down
A lot. That would be more than we would ever use.
Yeah, I mean that would be tough.
Yeah.
Now this this is something that I definitely see that could happen. Is sometimes when we've had this right here, if we're not looking for something really picky, is right here. Let's say it needed to be rocked.
Yeah.
The thing is, let's say this is flared up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's already doing the trick. You know, sometimes you gotta do stuff like that to make stuff fit. Wow, this is slick. This is nice. We're gonna use this planer right here for way more things than we did that one. And Harley's not ran this one yet, but this one feels extremely safe. I don't know if it feels like it's running at half the RPMs of that.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It's actually really quiet. Even when it's cutting the wood, because most time when they're cutting the wood, they get quite a bit louder.
So that's 12,000 and that's not that much. 16.5.
No, it's still another.
I don't know why this one sounds so much slower. Yeah. So
Yeah.
cool.
Much more to say about it?
No, I think it was well worth the money already.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't cut anything with it, but as soon as you run it, you'll understand what I'm getting at. That it has a high degree of controllability. It just makes you feel very confident when you run it, and that's a lot of it. And that whole thing of not spewing sawdust everywhere. That's just a huge win for me.
you're essentially looking at the end of the spray. It's almost right at the edge.
I may have reached my max.
Yeah, it's sliding on it.
Yeah, so, I mean, what I'm doing right here, I could not be doing with this.
Yeah, the motor sticks out.
So,
So?
that's a big, not to say that there's anything wrong with this Bosch. It's a fantastic planer, but I think it's been worth it, us waiting to get what I believe might be the best planer out there.
Yep.
I don't know if I can say that, but see yous.